Hey friends, what's going on? It's Monday. It's Mythbuster Mondays. And so I told you guys last week I started a 90-day run. I'm super excited about it. Um, it was kind of a rough week to my first 90 days because we had a team retreat we did in South Padre this weekend, which was super nice and relieving, but I kind of got off my schedule. So it's my first full week of my 90-day run. I'm super excited about it. I have to go live on Instagram. So give me 1 second because I am making sure I'm doing it on all platforms, which is the best. I love being able to go live on all platforms. So here we go. Bam. Now we're in the game. Okay. Anyways, hey everyone, it's Kaylee. I'm the teacher of finances. Just wanted to come on here and go over Mythbuster Mondays for you. I made a post today and it said that I have time to plan for retirement. Well, I want to talk to you about that. I want to talk about the fact that we think, oh, we have so much time to plan. And how many times have you said yourself, I'll start planning for retirement later. I have plenty of time. It's a comfortable thought, right? But it's really, is it a wise one? Think about it. It's really not that wise of a thought because life has a way of slipping through our fingers. We don't know what's going to happen today. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. And so if we delay retirement planning, it might feel like it's a harmless choice now, but it really could lead to missed opportunities and more stressful of a retirement journey in the long run. The younger you start, the less you have to put in to be able to have better in the end, which, you don't have to catch up. So I wanted to start out by this story. I spoke with a teacher a couple weeks ago, and she was about 45 years old. Unexpectedly, she became disabled. And when she became disabled, it did all kinds of crazy things to her retirement planning because she didn't have enough years of service. So she couldn't just start taking a retirement. And if she took her disability, it was going to affect her retirement too. And those are the types of choices that we can make if we decide to wait until later. And so one of the most things that's so important to be aware of and think about is compounding. So compounding interest is crazy and amazing. And it just blows my mind when I look at numbers and it comes to compounding your interest. And so that's what I meant by if you start early, then you have more time for your investments to grow and multiply over the years, which then potentially takes small investments and turns them into a very, very substantial amount of a nest egg. And so really think about that when you're looking at retirement. Think about what age you are when you want to retire. And if you don't start until you're 45 and you want to retire at 65, think about how much of a gap you're going to have had you started at 35. And if you start at 35, it's going to be a little bit less that you can contribute and still get more if you waited 10 years. So any point in time in this live, if you feel like you have questions, please drop them in the comments. If you feel like it's valuable, please let me know. But yeah, using that compound interest is so critical. It's so important that you take advantage of the compound interest. The earlier you start, the more time you're going to have for your investments to grow. That's just the reality of it. And so retirement doesn't wait for us to be ready. It's like a reality check, slap in the face, right? It's not going to wait for us. Retirement's not like, hey, when you're ready to retire, let's go. Doesn't happen like that, guys. With life, everybody knows it's unpredictable. It's unexpected. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what events are going to happen in the market that could affect our 401k, which is another reason why you have to be careful if you're banking on your 401k for retirement. Because if the market crashes, you can lose 50% or more like that. It happened in 2008. If you were around in 2008 and had a retirement account, you probably remember that day. It happens. So you really want to stay on top of what you're doing, and you really want to be proactive in all the things that you're doing when it comes to retirement. Think of it as a plan, like a roadmap. Think of planning a roadmap to your financial freedom. The sooner you embark on this journey, the more control you have over it, and the more control you're going to have over your financial destiny at the end of the day. So whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or beyond, it's never too early or too late to start planning. So even if you're in your 40s, don't say, oh no, it's too late. It's not too late. You can still start planning, but just think about how your life would change if you became disabled today. Are you going to be able to handle that disability check, the very minimal disability check that you would get, right? How do you keep living your life? How do you keep going through and paying your bills and all of those things if you don't have a plan? And I know sometimes it can be overwhelming, because if you sit down with I always say, I'm not your typical financial service advisor or your typical financial service agent. I'm not typical, because I'm not going to give you all kinds of financial jargon and all these crazy terms. I'm going to talk to you for you, whatever it is. We build your plan that's fit for your life and what's best for you. So, whenever you start analyzing your financial situation, you want to set achievable goals, and you want to make sure that it's going to be comfortable for you right now, but you really want to make sure it's going to be comfortable for you in the long run. So, here's a couple action steps. I don't want to take a lot of your time and make it quick. I have a couple action steps that I wanted to give you. Make a plan. Okay. So, if you haven't started, make a plan. Start thinking about it. What do you want retirement to look like for you? Do you want to be 80 years old greeting people at Walmart? Probably not. Most people don't. And every time I go into stores and I see people in their 70s and 80s, I feel so bad for them. So if you haven't started making a plan, that's your very first step. And then research retirement options. You can reach out to me and I can help you understand your plan. I can break down for you what you have going on in there, how it works, all the different things about it. If you have an old 401k, what can you do with it to keep it and grow it and protect it? All those types of things that most people really don't know, because your employer doesn't explain that for you. If you're a teacher, let's sit down and we'll look at your gaps. I think I've already told you guys, I had 8,000 to 10,000 gap in my retirement had I stayed in the teaching industry. So just make sure you are aware of what you have going on and what needs to be in place and where you're going to be when it comes to retirement age. So remember that planning for retirement isn't about rushing the process. It's not going to happen overnight. But if you do it correctly, you're going to give yourself the gift of financial security in the long run, and you're going to get to enjoy your retirement, and you're going to get to enjoy those years that you don't have to work. Don't let the plenty of time myth hold you back from your future, because we really don't have plenty of time. We never know what time we have. Time isn't always in our favor, right? So anyways, I'm Kaylee. I'm the teacher of finances. If you caught this live, give me a hashtag live in the comments. If you caught it afterwards, please give me a hashtag replay. I hope that helped you a little bit. Maybe it gets your brain spinning, but it's Mythbuster Mondays. I'm so excited to bring you all kinds of different myths over the next 90 days and just build relationships and just hang out with you all. So I hope you have a great afternoon. I'll see you guys tomorrow.